Okay then, Bob. What I'm going to show you now is how we make a set of pick wires to open a basic type of 2, 3 or 5 lever lock. In this case we're going to be opening this 5 lever lock here. And the basic tools that we need to make our pick wires is a hammer, a pair of pliers and a basic little half round file there. Apart from that, we just need some lengths of sprung steel. Okay, and we got 2 different gauges steel. We got a 14 gauge for our tension tools, and we got a 16 gauge for our pick. And all we've done with these lengths of sprung steel is just made up some little turns there that we can use to hold the tools. The length of each bit of spring steel is approximately, for the tension tools, around 10 inches, and for the pick was about 8 inches. And that leaves us enough room to make our upstands. Okay, so the first tool that I'm going to be making is to suit the lock for when the bolt is on the left hand side, i.e. a left mounted lock. Okay, like I say, what we do for our tension tool, I've just got a length of 14 gauge spring steel. I've already created a little thumb hold on there. I've literally just bent that round square. And all I now need to do is just create the upstand height. And the upstand height is just 1 times keyway height, and that's from top to bottom of the keyway, and then 1 times key blade height, which is just the blade part of the keyway. So 1 times keyway and 1 times key blade. And I just do that approximately. I can just pop that on the vise. Okay, so I'm just going to use my fingers. So 1 times keyway, then I add 1 times key blade. So that's about that point there where I need to make my bend. So just pop my pliers on there, just get the lock out of the way. Just there like so. And with a nice bend, just bend that upright, just like that. Okay, so I'm now just going to give that a test in the lock. So what I do, I just insert that into the keyway and I see if I can feel the bolt. Yeah, I can feel the bolt. It feels just a little bit long. Okay, it just feels a touch long there. Let's just try that again. Yeah, just a little bit long, so I'm just going to trim that down. Okay, so trim that down. Just going to get my pair of pliers and just trim that down a touch. So it's a good old squeeze because it's quite strong. Okay, that's cut down. Give that a test. Yeah, that feels nice now because you can actually see that bolt move a touch. Okay, so that's now my upstand height. All I'm going to do now is prepare the upstand for my pick. And again, we use the keyway, but this time the upstand height is just approximately 1 times key blade, and then we just add 1 or 2 mil. So literally, I can just use my thumb again to gauge where that will be. Let's get a pair of pliers, making sure it's straight with the thumb turn. Just bend that directly up, make sure it's nice and square. Okay, that looks okay. Just check again with the lock. Yeah, I'll be able to get that all the way through. Might be a little bit long. Just trim a little bit down, just a touch. Because again, when I start to pick, if need be, I can make some slight alterations. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so that's the upstands now prepared for both my tension tool and my pick. So now I don't just leave them as they are, because obviously I've cut these down and they got burrs. So I'm just going to quickly prepare the burrs. So just pop the tension tool into the vise of the upstand. Because all I'm going to do with this upstand, I'm literally going to file off the burrs at the tip here, and then I'm just going to create a nice smooth edge on the side that's going to be making contact with the bolt. So I'll just zoom in a little bit here so you can actually see. Okay, so you can see the upstand just here. So literally I'm just going to file off the top here, just with a little half round file here will do the job. Make sure my vise is nice and tight. I'm just left on there. Okay, so that looks absolutely fine. So I'll just give you a close-up of that, what that looks like. So literally, all I've done is just file the edge round, just a small amount, just to make it nice and smooth. Just there, you can see that. Okay, because that's the side that'll be making contact with the bolt tail. Okay, so now I'm just going to prepare my pick wire. So again, just going to pop this in a vise. Nice and low in there, nice and tight. So again, I'm just going to file the top of this flat. Okay, so that's nice and flat. And now what I do, I just file both the outside edge of the upstand and the inside edge of the upstand in, but I don't file it to a point, I file it so I still retain a flat tip, because the idea when we're picking is just to pick one lever at a time. If I file it to a point, it will bind. If I leave it too wide, i.e. flat, I may pick more than one lever at a time. So I'll just quickly file them in. Again, now just get rid of some burrs. Okay, so that's my pick prepared, and hopefully you can just see the shape of this. All I've literally done is just file both the outside edge and the inside edge, just down, but retained a flat tip there. Okay, just like so. Okay, so that's now my picks prepared for a left mounted lock. So I'm just going to pop the lock in the vise and then we'll show you the lock being picked. Okay, so that's my lock in the vise. So now I can give this all a test. So first tool is going to be in, is my tension tool. Just insert that in onto the bolt, bit of tension on, and just get my pick upstand nice and straight so I can see if all this will work. Okay, get the upstand straight, feed it in, start to pick through. Just getting bits of give there. Another nice bit of give. Just goes there. So you can see, the tools work absolutely fine, don't take long to prepare, and if need be we can always make slight adjustments to suit the lock being picked.